Hey guys, good evening everyone. Welcome to our daily stock market insights. Today is September 22nd, 2020, and in today's stock market review, we are going to go back to the stocks we have reviewed from yesterday, and I'm really excited to see the outcome of these telco companies that we have reviewed. Okay, somehow I already have an idea how it panned out today, but we'll go ahead and try to do a deep dive based on the charts that they currently have. In the meantime, if this is your first time to watch our video, by the way, this is Miss JD, and I'm inviting everyone to hit the subscribe and the notification bell so that you're always updated whenever I have new videos. So also, if you have a request to review your favorite stock or stocks, I can definitely do that for you. Just drop a comment. All right, so let us go ahead and talk about the index. At the moment, looks like we're still here doing sideways, very minimal movement. Although we're slightly below the MA20 line, I still consider this as part of the support level that we have because I see a doji, and normally when you have a doji, that signifies a possible change in direction. But let's see if it'll break that. However, we are already on a critical level for this for our index because we're currently sitting at a possible support. So if you're to look at it, this one is your low over here. We had an increase in the price, but if this is indeed the low that we're referring to, it doesn't break that line, so that means on a short-term basis, we're still in that upward trend. However, what's interesting here is that if you're going to look at the resistance level, it also is still in that perspective. So it's like an asymmetrical triangle here. So first of all, you have to watch out whether this key level over here will break, and if it does, then tendency is it might go down, slip downwards, and it will challenge this level. Two things can happen when it goes down. It could either drop at the same area or it will break that. In the meantime, use this level as your current support. Reason being, and that's your very near MA20 line. At the same time, when we plotted this diagonal line over here, that serves as your support. If that gets broken, then your trigger is to look for the next possible support, and this is the area we're looking at. Okay, so just in case it goes higher, also there's a resistance formed on a declining channel over here, and if that gets broken, then that now signifies a possible brand new wave to the upside. Okay, so far you have your key levels to closely monitor, but this does not represent the performance of your stock because the index is like a basket where you have all the major stocks in the country. There are 30 plus blue chip companies in the country that comprise the index. So let us go ahead and first talk about the telco. Okay, see, if you watched my video yesterday, this was exactly how I was envisioning it. Okay, it's just a repeat of what happened here. Very similar pattern. So there was indeed a continuous jump in the price. You had a gap up that happened here, ended over here, and it opened the price at this key level, and then it even pushed the price higher. I just do not know how many minutes after the market opened this thing happened. Okay. Wow. It only lasted for the first 15 minutes, and then all the sentiment really were on a decline. So it's like a pump and dump, a very classic move. And just be extra careful because it might continue to go down and really go back to its close to real market value. And I think this is where I plotted it last night. So if you would like to um, be engaged in this stock because looking at it in a long-term perspective, the future of telecom companies, regardless of the brand, will really have a promising future ahead of us, especially if their service is good. Then people will patronize them and support the brand. And if you're to look at it, of course, it has already dropped significantly. See that? So still at a very cheap level. However, I am making this statement to address the long-term investors, right? So your call. Would you like to wait for it as it goes down further and establish a new key level and create a bounce at that area, or just find another stock? Because what I'm looking at, there could be another red day tomorrow, revisiting around 2.68 or even lower than that because you had a gap up, remember? Right over here, there was a gap that happened. So it could even go back to as low as 2.42 because that was where you had your MA20 at the same time. Plus, there was a gap here that we will be filling. Okay, so that is now. Let's take a look at Dito. Dito is, people have been very profitable already, but I mentioned yesterday I consider this already as a breakout play, and it's just revisiting your previous resistance, and probably it'll just create a support at that key level. All right, so this is your, I think I can clearly remember I mentioned that we have a resistance right here, and we already broke out of that, and very obvious pattern as well. Normally, your previous resistance will not become a support because we managed to break out of that. Okay, so try to observe. My suggestion for you, if you are purely trading this stock, just as much as possible, try to make sure you are able to watch the movement at a faster time frame, because this is again another hot stock at the moment. There are so many traders here, and we really cannot predict the market. There are, in some occasions, you're, even if we're saying that this is already your support, if the selling pressure is really strong, it can still break that. Okay, in the meantime, I am plotting 3.86 as our support because there's still volume right over here. There's foreign buying, and in terms of the fundamentals, of course, construction of the towers, you see it happening. They're very busy preparing for the live date or the launch date of the third telco. Okay, I'm not promoting or anything, but um, you'd know. It's up to you. You still have the final say as to whether you will get this or not, or you will be very conservative and wait for it to really drop, and that's from there you can take action depending on your risk tolerance. Some people will still be okay at this level, some are not, especially the hardcore position traders. They will not enter anymore because this is already a big increase in the price. Okay, and some of them are also saying that this is forming a cup and handle, right? But I'm just purely using Bollinger Band and RSI, and then I'm good. All right, let's talk about TBGI. TBGI, same. See that? So it revisited your previous key level. So I'm thinking if there's going to be a dip by tomorrow, that would be very near your MA20 line because you had your consolidation here as well. And it actually already started that wick already somehow gave us an idea that we've reached a possible support, and now people found or felt that that's already a cheap level. That's why there's a wick, because there were people buying. Okay, and looking at it as well, we had foreign buying that happened. Although, guys, this could just be a 3 day worth of performance where you have 465. In some occasions, you will only have 20, 30. That's the average price or average number of trades this stock normally have in a day. So if you're already profitable, don't expect for it to really have that big moves in the coming days, because normally the volume is just very, very low for this one. The next one is ECP. Was that ECP yesterday? Almost the same looking. At 387, it revisited your support, which is at the MA20 line. So I'm still projecting that that is a key level. We might have some sideways there before it can fully take off again. Overall, we're still at the cheap level if you're looking at it in a long-term perspective. But like TBGI, this is another stock that moves very, very slowly. Okay. Next is C. As for C, wow, another profit-taking day for C. A lot of the stocks really dipped today. So it might go back to your previous key level, which is around 358. And the reason why I'm saying that is if I look to the left, I see some consolidation over here and here as well, and finally over here. So it is going to revisit that. Most likely as we go down, this MA20 is going to meet somewhere in this area, 3.58. Some people would like to wait for a green candlestick to come out around this area before they get in. Because sometimes, again, even if we're plotting it at that key level, that support can also be broken. So better wait for a green candlestick to form. I'm thinking it will just stabilize in this area first for 1 to 2 days, or for 2 to 3 days, and then the green candlestick comes out and then you enter. Next is AXLM. AXLM. We just bounced. Okay, so I consider this as a bounce for this stock. As you notice over here, there's an MA20 line, and your key level in your RSI is above 50 area, so that's good. You also have foreign buying over here, so that's another set of confirmation there. If you're going to talk about support and resistance, aside from the fact that this is an MA20 line, which is a bounce area when you are starting to move higher than that. If you look to the left, this used to be a consolidation as well, and this one too, and this one as well. So as you notice, these key levels or key areas meant something. It created that pattern. Either it could be a resistance or a support. Imagine that. Always remember that your previous resistance, when a stock goes higher, your resistance now becomes a support. In this case, this used to be a support over here, and eventually became a resistance, and then we broke out of it. Next one, let's talk about BDO. BDO, well, that was just a quick one. I think we'll have some more sideways movement for this stock, and it is just gaining some more momentum. And but definitely we are very near a support area. Let's take a look at. I'm also putting it here because I remember in one of our live sessions, someone I was looking for. I'm actually right now I'm attracted to high yield dividend stocks, and they mentioned that IDC also gives out good dividend. That's why I'm watching it. See that? Okay, so for this stock, very good. Currently, we have just performed a bounce in in today's performance. We managed to do a bounce. 1.86 is the support, and so just in case you will be given a chance, the market gives us a chance, and you're interested in getting in the stock, I'd say this is already the beginning of a possible continuous uptrend. Wow, this RSI already here. RSI is already gaining momentum. your volume is also starting to pick up. Imagine the volume right over here. It was just very, very flat. And this is also doing sideways, but these key levels here making those um, sudden spike in the volume. So that's a good sign. Well, let's see tech. Tech still no signs of, oh well, 72,800 and then 891 trades. So far, this is still moving, but on a sideways movement. And we can peg our support area around 551. We might be staying in this kind of sideways or that kind of slow movement in the coming days. Still the same, right? But this one also gives out dividend. It's just that what is this 0.002? What happened to SMC? SMC also moving very slowly. Um, but I think this stock is really more for long-term investors because this one gives out dividend regularly. So, but I think this is one of the, let's see, 0.35 times every quarter, 1.4 divided by 99, very small. But SMC is SMC, very stable company. And to think that two things are present here. You are entering at a very cheap level. At the same time, you have a very stable dividend that you will receive on a regular basis. So I think that's already a win-win if you're going to look at it for long-term perspective. Another high yield dividend giving stock is Meralco. They say, so let's validate that. 5. It also gives out dividend regularly, 5.46. And it has also dropped. So I think this is already a good haggle. So I'm not sure, is this quarterly? So 5 times 4 divided by 273. 7%. Why not? Let's see. Because look at that. It has already dropped. And if it goes higher again, August, March, April, May, June, July, August. So it's not that March. Oh, twice a year. August, March and August. March, August, March. Okay, twice a year. So 10. 10, around 10 divided by 273. Okay, 3.6%, not that much. All right, but overall, if you're going to look at it, we're still moving sideways and we're already a bit higher than the MA20 line. And so this might trigger some more bullish movements in the coming days. We just want to make sure that our MA20 line gets sustained. We don't break the key level. Otherwise, it might continue to drop again. Overall, of course, this is Meralco, one of the bigger companies, very stable, and we all need Meralco. Otherwise, you will not be able to have electricity. Okay, another utility company that we all need, and that's water. We need water, and they also said that 0.45 March, April, May. So also giving out dividends regularly. At the same time, it has also dropped already and now starting to move higher. And look at that. So just well, just be extra careful though because we're also moving higher and we are at a resistance area. you're at a resistance area, and you're probably at this point, since we're already starting to go very, very near the resistance, wait for it to officially break out of it. Okay, because we that now will trigger some, a second wave, another wave to push the price higher, and then continue something like that. Um, and what are the chances of it happening or breaking our resistance? I'd say it's really high, because look at that. This stock has already dropped. There's a big decline in the price, and we're starting to show some recovery. Okay, so these are the major stocks, and so far, the more stable ones, that if you are looking into really investing your money in the more stable companies, which I highly recommend, because in this time of the pandemic, we all want to save, but we all want to engage ourselves in stocks that are very solid. And I'd say water, electricity, these are very important companies, or yeah, products that we all need, and probably combine it with some other sectors, so that you have a well balanced or well diversified portfolio. So, what I am not covering here are the fundamentals. So, that now I'd like you to take action on it, because that is equally important, or even more than technical analysis, because fundamentals will allow you to decide on which stock to get in, right? Because you know that this is a promising stock, you know that they have the financial health of the business is okay. Projects are, they have good projects lined up for future implementation, and your technicals now will help you determine when to get in. But overall, first step is identify which stock, or what stock are you going to buy, and technicals, when to buy it. Okay, that's it for tonight. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you support Miss JD by subscribing to our videos or our channel, and hit that like so that Google knows about us, or YouTube knows about us. Drop a comment. Let's make this community a very active one, so that we can grow together. Okay, in the meantime, thank you, and bye bye for now.